Right, here we go. So I thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown of the restaurants on board the P&O Iona. Now, I do have a list just up here, just behind my phone camera there. Okay, so apologies if I'm not looking at the phone, I'm looking up there at the list. Now, we didn't use all of them, so I can't say whether the food was much good or not. But what I will tell you is, before I run through a list of the restaurants and everything, I will tell you that apart from one occasion, we used buffet style, complimentary, the whole cruise. Okay, now the buffet, which is the Horizon restaurant, is fantastic because, and I mean, I was having 3 or 4 desserts each meal. I put on half a stone in a week. I'm not proud of that, right? But the choices, you just have little bits and then go back and get some more, or go back and get something different. You know, no, you don't need to load your plate up. There's not like massive queues and stuff like that because there's so much of it. You've got the main buffet bit, Horizons, has got 2 sort of serving areas, and each of those serving areas sort of has 2 ends to it. So there's almost like 4 areas where you can get your roast dinner or your curry or whatever you wanted to choose, or whatever was on that day, you could get. And don't forget, you had breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, evening meal, nighttime snacks. There was always food available, always, in that main Horizon buffet. Okay, let me go through the list of restaurants. I'm going to read it as I've written it down off the list that is in fact on the ship, on the TV screen of the ship, because I took a photo of it. I'm not going to actually, I will put up some photos at some point of different things, but to save me actually editing this and adding a photo, let me just read this list. You've got Vista Cafe, Pearl Restaurant, Aqua Restaurant, Opal Restaurant. You've got the Limelight Club, where they serve food and drinks, obviously. Drinks are available in all of these restaurants. The Limelight Club, Coral Restaurant, the Glass House, that's more of a pub type thing where you can get food as well. The Keys. Now, the Keys spelled Quays. There's 3 choices in there. You've got Hook, Line and Vinegar, as you can imagine. That is a fish and chip shop. Fusion, which I think was Oriental cuisine. I didn't try that. And you had the Boardwalk, which was American diner style. We did actually try that. I'll tell you about that in a minute. You've got the Olive Grove, which is sort of like an Italian European feel. The Keel and Cow, Sindhu, I believe that is Indian restaurant style stuff. I'm not a fan of that food, but I am told it's very good in that particular venue, so to speak. You've got Ripples. I think that was just actually Ripples. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe that was just ice cream. Anyway, the Chef's Table and a Horizon. The Taste 360, that was great. I'll come back to that. Beach House, Grab and Go, Sundays, and the Epicurean. Now, the ones that we used were the Keys, because we did try the Boardwalk, the American diner, the Olive Grove, the Horizon every day, and Taste 360 every day. In order of appearance, we tried the Taste 360 as we got there. That was on level 16. Hang on, wait for it. Yeah, 16 in the sort of midships, the big glass thing, which I forget the name of. So it'll come to me in a minute. And we went there, and it was basically buffet pizza. They're just constantly making pizzas. You help yourself as many slices as you want. Pizza, chips, chicken nuggets. There was lasagna, some meatballs, some salad bits and pieces. great. No problem at all there. We ate there several times. The pizza was nice. The chips were okay, just standard French fries. The atrium is the name of the glass bit, I think. I couldn't remember the name of it. Sorry about that. So the atrium is a great big glass sort of dome, if you like, in the middle of the ship. And it kind of sits under that. And they have a pool there, a small pool. They have an entertainments thing now. I'm going to post up a video of some of the entertainments later on that they had going on in there. It was quite cool. So, yeah, that was the Taste 360. Highly recommend a Taste 360. Horizon, the buffet, I've covered that already, really. We were there every day, I would say, at least twice, sometimes 3 times a day. If we weren't in there, we were pretty much at Taste 360 because the choices, okay. Now, we did do a book. So you have to book the Olive Grove, right? It's like the Mediterranean sort of Italian, I think a bit of Greek as well, restaurant, a weighted service and drinks, obviously. Now, you have to appreciate, if you haven't done a cruise before, it's cashless, okay? You have a card, you have your cash card. If you've got to pay for something, you just offer your card and they just scan it and it's done, it's paid for. At the end of the cruise, it automatically comes off the credit card that you've registered on the system with P&O. Right, so that covers that one. It's self-explanatory. It really is very straightforward. Just don't lose that card. It's got a barcode and a chip in it and everything. So, yeah, so the Olive Grove, we went in there one time. I had a pizza and my wife, Gail, she had lasagna, and we both had, I think the lasagna came with some garlic bread. We had some focaccia bread, which actually was just a roll with a bit of olive oil on it and something sprinkled on it. It wasn't focaccia bread at all. It was just a bread roll. And we had some fries. So we had to pay a bit extra. I think it was paid another £1 or something for the fries, I think. And we had desserts as well. That was complimentary. That's a complimentary restaurant. The service was perfectly okay. I mean, when you're used to getting your food and eating it at the buffet, waiting around it just seemed a little bit weird for us, really, because we're just used to grabbing a plate, going and get a seat, and that's it, you know. Now, the other thing that we tried was the boardwalk, okay? So there was nobody there, and I just went up to the guy and I said, "Are you open?" You know, and he said, "Yeah, we're open." Yeah, I said, "Okay, well, we'll have a burger, we'll have the chicken, the southern fried chicken. We'll have a couple of portions of fries, we'll have a portion of beans. We'll have a portion of chicken gravy, and I think that was it. That was all complimentary. Couple of trays full of food. You'll see it in the photos because I am going to put a video up that will include just photos of loads of food, and I'll see if I can add a talking track over it just to explain what's what. Now, the burger was apparently nice. I don't eat burgers. My wife Gail, she ate the burger. She said it was okay. The fries were okay. The southern fried chicken was especially spicy, so after the first bite that was wasted. The baked I had spicy baked beans, spicy barbecue baked beans, and I thought they'd be like a bit like Heinz barbecue baked beans. No, you could smell the heat on these things. They were laced with chilli. I mean, I just dipped a chip into it and it was burning my throat, right? So that's definitely an acquired taste. But it was free. It was worth a try. The fish and chips, we didn't have them. But I would imagine there was nothing wrong with them at all. Plenty of people were eating them as they were eating the Oriental food as well. And I have to say that everything spotlessly clean. As soon as you finished your plate, they'll take it away. They wipe the table. It's, yeah, I mean, the staff are impeccable, you know, immaculately turned out, polite, helpful. At no point do you feel ignored or anything like that. There's always someone to help you. Now, while we're on the subject of restaurants, let me cover the drinks packages, because we don't drink, so I'm not going to bother going through to the bars, but there was 17 bars on board of one style or another. Some of them might have been within the restaurants, some of them were just bars that sat there on their own, you know, like the Sunset Bar out on the back of the ship, and down on the blunt end of the boat, right? And things like that. So basically, we didn't get a drinks package, okay, because we don't drink alcohol. And they do a soft drinks package, but when we got there, I ordered, the very first time we ordered food, which was, well, the very first time we got food was in the Taste 360 on the day we got on the ship. And we got some pizza and chips, and I popped over to the bar that was just a few yards away, and I said, look, 2 Diet Cokes, please. And they gave us 2 small bottles, glass bottles of Diet Coke, equivalent to a can, 330ml bottle, okay, and a glass of ice. And they were over £4 each bottle, right? Which is disgraceful price for a small bottle of Coke. Well, it's the equivalent of a can of Coke. It doesn't matter it's in a glass bottle. It's the equivalent of a can of Coke for that much money. And if you've got a soft drinks package, that is not included in a soft drinks package. Does not include Coca-Cola. The soft drinks package includes Pepsi or Diet Pepsi if you want cola, and they are on tap. So you could get a large Pepsi. It's not a pint. I think it was. Well, actually, I'm not sure how big the glass was. I could say about that big, but you don't know how big that is. So, but you had a choice of a small or large, and a large was a lot more than a tin. I'd say it was probably 500ml, so half a litre, right? And is that a pint? I'm not sure. So that was £3.70, which presented much better value, and also is part of the drinks package. So you could drink as many of those as you like as part of your drink package, okay? Lemonade or, you know, whatever it is. But let's talk about the Pepsi. So we figured that we won't get the drinks package, because in order to make it pay, the drinks package comes out at, even with the 10% discount, it was almost £13 per person per day. So it came out at 180 something pound for the week. Now, you have to bear in mind that you've lost half a day boarding, and you're off at 6 a.m, 6:30 a.m. on the very last day of the cruise. So you're not really going to get the full benefit of it anyway. Plus, don't forget, anytime you're on land, you might be getting some food or something or drink on land. That's not going to be paid for with your drinks package, so that's time lost. So we figured, like, let's not get a drinks package. Let's see how we get on. And as it happens, I checked the billing, and there was about 70 quid of soft drinks, right? Because in the cabin is a fridge, and the first port of call at France, we bought a load of cans of Diet Coke and bottles of water. Sorry. So with your breakfast, and in fact with any of the meals, there's complimentary tea and coffee and water. With the breakfast, there is complimentary juice. So you've got orange juice, apple juice, or pineapple juice, which was okay. To be honest, I just had water. But I did try the pineapple juice, but it was a bit of a heavy concentrate to be a bit syrupy, as was the orange juice. So didn't really bother with that. So just beware, just do the maths, work it out. For us, the drinks package, we saved £100 not having the drinks package, okay? Because they don't stop you bringing tins of drink on board. It wasn't like we're bringing alcohol on. We don't drink. You know, if you bring your own alcohol, they're going to charge you a corking charge, probably £20 a bottle or something like that, right? But that wasn't an issue for us. And we did take a couple of cans down to the restaurant on a couple of occasions, and nobody sort of said anything. It wasn't costing them, you know. So yeah, that was that. Oh, and I will say, when you order your Pepsi, okay, or Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, we ordered, but always insist on it without ice. Let me tell you, it's flash cooled anyway. It's ice cold anyway. But the first time we got it, they literally fill the glass up with ice and then put the Pepsi in. So I didn't even get half a glass of Pepsi for £3.70. They're literally ripping you off putting ice in there. So don't fall for it. Always ask for your drink, no ice. Trust me on that one. Whatever soft drink you get on board, no ice. Otherwise, they're conning you, all right? You're not getting a large drink. You're getting you're getting about that much drink and that much ice. If you took the ice out, there'd be that much Pepsi in the bottom of the glass. I absolutely guarantee it. So there you have it. I hope this has been of some help. I'm not going to list the bars because we didn't go in them. I can't be bothered. There's plenty of them. You do have to wait sometimes for them because there'll only be a couple of guys serving. So if you go to the back of the ship, like the Sunset Bar, when it's quiet, stuff like that, you'll get served basically straight away. It's not a problem. Right, there we have it. Sorry, I've rattled on for quite a while there, but it's all useful information. And like, share, subscribe. I will catch you on the next one. Thank you very much and stay safe. Take care.